Alex, how you doing?
Good, thanks. Thank you for having me.
Hey, man, we appreciate you taking the time to do it. Let's talk about your race last weekend. Boy, that was a crazy one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was definitely an exciting day. I think Talladega always produces that, and would have liked to end up a little bit better, but we still got stage points in both stages and ended up with a solid top 10. So,
yeah.
Just finishing a race at Talladega has been rough for us lately. So to be able to get a good solid finish and kind of move on and keep digging was pretty good.
Did you have a little body damage to your car, if I remember right?
Just at the very end, like coming through the tri-oval on the last lap. Other than that, our car was totally fine. Just had some issues off of pit road. They're kind of on that last green flag pit stop that buried us in track position that we had to overcome. And thankfully, we had a fast Ally Camaro to be able to get back towards the front.
It seemed like to me, we were just talking to Steve Post. He was on the show with us yesterday. It seems like there's a lot of parity right now in Cup Series. Do you believe that that's the case?
Yes and no. I think Hendrick Motorsports has done a really good job of being prepared for this next gen car, and obviously we've won quite a few races so far,
right.
And that's been really good. So, excited to be on what I feel like is the best team right now, and definitely some other guys have won races as well, but I think we've done a really good job with this car.
Yeah. What is the biggest challenge of racing on what we used to call a plate track, Talladega, Daytona, and I guess now Atlanta, right? They call that a super speedway. What is the biggest challenges of running on those racetracks?
Talladega, the biggest challenge this week was track position, and I think it's really changed this year. There used to be like a lot of comers and goers, and you could get from the front to the back to the front really quickly, and a lot of shuffling around. And now it's like the bottom line is so strong, you can't really do anything. You kind of just sit in line and hope somebody gets up out of line, or all of a sudden the bottom lane stacks and you can make the top roll for a couple laps before you get back down. So track position was our biggest challenge, and obviously started pretty far back and had to overcome that. So it's tough in situations like that. The old speedway racing was tough as well, just with how much would go on and how big of runs you would get and the crashes that they would create. But now it just seems like being really smart about being able to keep track position all day is the biggest challenge.
They were talking on the broadcast. I don't know if it's true, and maybe you could tell our listeners out there. Do you feel that the air now is, instead of going over the car, is going under the car, and that's maybe some of the problems that we have with the new car?
I think the bottom of the new car is designed to use the air more than the old car was, and obviously the splitter is not flat in the front anymore, so there's more air going under the car, but there's also a lot of air going over the car. Obviously, we're not allowed to tape up the grills anymore.
Right.
So all of that air comes out of the hood and goes over top of the car. So there's definitely, there's a lot of air moving around. I mean, I think it's just motorsports in general. Like, you can't unlearn everything that people have learned over, the last couple of decades of racing. Aerodynamics have come so far, and we're trying to build cars that get around that, but they still make downforce. We're still teams are going to figure out how to make them make downforce. So there's not a racing series in the world that it's easy for a car to follow another car. It's just when downforce is involved and car in front of you is punching a hole in the air, it's always tough.
Yeah, we're visiting with Alex Bowman, a NASCAR Cup Series driver. Let's go back to Vegas, man. That was a big win for you. You beat Kyle Larson to the line. Talk about that win.
Yeah, Vegas was a great day for us. We were probably going to end up third if the caution didn't come out, and thankfully we got a late race caution and we're able to beat those guys on a green-white checkered, which is really cool. Anytime you go head-to-head with Kyle Larson and you're able to come out on top and win, it's awesome.
Thing.
So thankful to have a win in the book already. And, we almost got another one at Coda. So just trying to keep this consistency that we've had so far this year going throughout the course of the summer. And, really just got to be ready for when the playoffs start.
Let me ask you about your sprint car career. So you did pretty good last week. Talk about that and driving the sprint car. How's that going for you?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun trying to figure out, 410 wing sprint car racing. Ran a handful of races last year and decided to jump in the deep end this year and went to Volusia with the Outlaws and then East Bay with All Stars. And then last week went to Bridgeport with the PA Posse and then Bloomsburg with All Stars the next night. So it's been cool. We're creeping up on it. It seems like I can qualify really well.
Right.
Just trying to figure out racing, the dirty air, and kind of putting together 30 laps instead of just one in qualifying. So, set quick time at East Bay earlier this year and have been qualifying really, really well. And our finishes are improving. So, we finished 7th at Bloomsburg and
right. I watched
probably
it.
could have run 4th or 5th. So we're definitely creeping up on it.
Yeah. So do you feel when you get out of a sprint car, because nobody did this back in the day, right? None of the team owners would allow their drivers to go run on the weekends. Do you feel like driving the sprint car that's helping you a little bit with the Cup car?
I think so. I think anytime you race something that's so fast and things happen so quickly like they do in a wing car, it helps when you get into something that's just slower. So obviously, the Cup cars, things happen a little bit slower. It's a little bit more methodical. And I think just, acclimating to so much higher of a pace helps you when you get in something else. So it's been a lot of fun for me, but I also think it helps. And seat time in any different race car, I think, makes you a better race car driver.
Yeah. When is going to be your next debut in the sprint car? Where are you going to race next?
I'm thinking about going to Lincoln on Saturday night. It's like a 2.5 hour drive from Dover. So trying to figure out if I can get over there in time to run. They have a little bit of a interesting format. If you don't run their local series weekly, you got to tag the heat race, start in the back, and trying to make the feature a little bit tough. But we're going to go there with the Outlaws in a couple weeks. So just trying to go there and get some laps, and hopefully we can make it work.
I got to ask you about your teammate last night. Did you watch him win that late model race on that rugged track there at Eldora?
I did. I've never seen Eldora have so much bite and be so rough. So,
I know it.
Definitely an interesting surface compared to, the glass slick that you normally see there. But he did a great job. It's cool to see him get another win.
Yeah. Well, hey, here we're in Kansas City. Before I let you go, I just got to ask you a question about our speedway here at our intermediate track, I should say, here in Kansas City. What do you think of Kansas Speedway as a track?
Yeah, I really enjoy Kansas Speedway. As far as the repaves go, it's definitely the one place that is widened out. You can run from the top to the bottom, and I think it puts on a great show. So always enjoy going there. I feel like we've typically run pretty well there in the past. We struggled there a little bit last year, but excited to get back with this next-gen car and see how we do.
Yeah. Alex, we appreciate you taking the time to join us here on Mostly Motorsports. Good luck to you the rest of the way, man. I'm really enjoying watching you drive a sprint car. I traveled with the Lucas Oil ASCS National Sprint Car Tour for 13 years doing their broadcast. I'm a sprint car guy, and that's what I really love to watch, and I'm really excited about every time you get in your sprint car. It seems like that's really coming to you. I'm excited to see you do that in the future, man. Congratulations on the win in Vegas, and good luck to you this weekend.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.